What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros podcast.
Hello, hello. Episode number 16.
16. We are
Wow,
finally able to drive.
Wow. Ready to crash that car.
Yeah. Ready for the insurance to go up, and it's gonna be a fun time.
Did you have any trouble with your driving exam?
Yeah, I think I failed it once.
The driven or written portion?
Not the driven part, like the test part.
Oh.
I think I missed one or something in it. I don't know. It was pretty annoying. But no, the driving part was so like I don't know. I mean, I don't know who you had it, but it was like the curly haired guy that took me. And when I
older
came,
guy, right?
yeah, and when I came in, that road leading out to the main street didn't have a speed limit sign. So when I asked him, I was like, "Hey, just so I know, what's the speed limit for the road?" And he's like, "Well, if it's normally not posted, it's usually 35." So I was like, "Okay."
Gotcha.
Yeah. Then I just had to do like a 3-point turn or whatever, and then that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I remember mine being pretty easy. Like we didn't even go on the interstate at all. It was just
No, yeah, I took a right out of there, and then I took like the first right of the next stop sign. I pulled into like a neighborhood or something, or like a side street. Did my 3-point turn, and that was it. Passed. So it was super easy. It was like less than 10 minutes long.
Yeah, I remember going to that class, like the driving class that you had to do. It was like a week long during the summer.
At school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that too.
It sucked.
They made you put like the beer goggles on or whatever.
Yeah, wait, those are funny.
Well, it's funny. I actually kind of wish Trey was on the show, because when we were doing it, we did our driving course, like when you have to get in the car and practice driving. We did that together. And, we were coming out of the school, and he like floored the gas pedal and like shot out. The teacher had to end up using her brakes and stuff, because they got like the brakes on their side too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was a little scary at first, because I don't know if he.
Right?
I think I had driven with Dad a couple times, maybe. Like I had driven before, but I don't think he had driven at all. So he just like it was funny, like afterwards.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it was a little scary.
Yeah, I feel like you before you do that whole driving school, you need to at least go to a parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Figure out like how to use the brakes and the
yeah. You don't want your first time to drive like being in like the car with the instructor or whatever.
Because the first time I did it, I was using both my feet.
Oh wow, okay.
And Dad was like, "Yeah, no, don't never do that."
I'm sure he flicked out. Oh, don't ever do that.
He did, yeah, exactly. Good times.
But yeah, this week's been pretty good. Last Saturday we went to Lowe's and bought a fridge, and because like our fridge we have it's decent, but it's pretty small, and like the freezer area up top is really small, so you can't really hold a lot of things. And like the biggest thing we wanted was like an ice maker that we could just
like one that actually like dispenses ice.
Yeah, that dispenses ice. That was like what we really wanted. So we ended up finding like a pretty decently priced fridge for what we wanted. So
nice.
So yeah, that got delivered Friday. So we had to wait. We had to wait about 6 or 7 hours before we were actually able to put all the stuff in there, because you have to wait for the fridge to cool down and stuff. And then after on Saturday, I took the old fridge out and cleaned it out with the pressure washer I got for Christmas.
Nice.
And then I put it in the shed. So I think we're going to probably use it for, I don't know, like excess beer or something. But
yeah, like just out in the shed.
Yeah, because we definitely want to keep it for extra storage space. Brittany had initially talked about turning it into like a kegerator. Okay. So you put like a keg in the fridge and then cut out a hole so you could fit a tap for beer. So that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
But yeah, for now we're going to hold on to it and use it for extra storage if we need it.
Right.
I mean, it won't have like a water line, so you won't be able to like use ice, with the freezer and everything will work too. So it'll be cool.
Yeah, extra storage is always good.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you want to start first with the games you've been playing? Or you want me to go ahead and go?
I'll start first.
Okay.
Also, I had an interesting experience today that I wanna talk about real quick.
Okay.
Uh, so so Alicia and I had a few friends over for crepes. We just like made like crepes. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'd never done it before, so
Great
we
party. I get
crepe party.
it.
And I was sitting in the kitchen chair, and we were just talking, and I guess I was leaning back slightly, like I kind of had my hands behind my head like this, like slightly leaning back.
Yeah.
The chair just collapsed,
Oh
like
my God.
broke, collapsed, like I fell like my ass straight on the floor. I was just like, I like on the way, it was like slow motion on the way down. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
probably
move.
happened so fast and you couldn't even like react to it. Was it
Yeah,
was it like an older chair or something? Like
it
wonder
was
wonder why I
it,
gave out like that.
it was an older chair, and it was a little loose.
Yeah.
I was worried about that chair when we moved in because I
I know that chair is gonna mess me up one day.
I had a bad feeling about that chair. No, like when we moved in, I like tried like took on my power tools and tried to like kind of drill it and tighten it a little bit. And I
Yeah.
was able to tighten up all the other chairs and they felt fine, but that one was like that one's still a little loose.
That one's what's going on with this chair's not wanting to tighten up here.
Yeah, so I broke a chair for the first time today,
Nice.
which is fun.
Yep. I've never done that. We've had a couple of our friends break. Um, like Big Phil, he broke one, of course, and then our friend Becca, she was sitting on the. I think she
Shit.
was shitting. I think we had like a fire going or something, so we were sitting around the fire pit, and
Mhm.
one of the chairs ended up breaking. It was like one of those
Humbling
like nicer like cataract. What is it? Catarondite. Cataron.
Bahama Mama? Bahama
Yeah,
wait,
I don't know. It's like one of those like lower chairs to the ground, and that one
yeah.
ended up breaking. But yeah,
It's a humbling experience for sure.
yeah, it's never fun to like just straight up fall
No.
without any cushion or being able to save yourself.
Yeah, and like when I fell, I looked to my right, and there was this like big, like jagged edge that had broken off. I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't fall a little bit to the right, or
Yeah,
else
I could have been impaled by a
could have pierced my
chair.
booty. All right, onto what I've been playing this week. Okay, so I was scrolling the eShop, and I came across Slay the Spire,
As you do.
as I do. I'm looking for those deep discounts.
Well, I think isn't it? And correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it Thursday whenever they update the eShop?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
I mean, I know games come out not necessarily on Thursdays for the eShop, but I know they
Mhm.
updated it with like the sales and stuff. I
I
think.
think,
But that's what I
yeah.
heard. Because usually on Thursdays, if I haven't played my Switch all week, I'll
Mhm.
pop it open for a second and scroll the eShop and see what's going on.
Yeah. Well, Slay the Spire wasn't on sale, but I've heard like a ton of good things about it. I listened to NVC podcast. I don't know if you ever listened to that.
Yeah, the Nintendo voice chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they talk about it all the time.
Okay.
It's about Slay the Spire. But for those of you who aren't aware, it's like a roguelike card battle game. So roguelike is basically you have one run, and if you die before you get to the boss and beat the game, then you have to start over. And you kind of carry like certain there were like a few upgrades you can carry through
Mhm.
each run, but for the most part, you're like starting from scratch. And each level is either you battling an enemy or a group of enemies. You're opening up a chest to find like a relic that can help you, or like getting a new card, or you're resting and gaining your health back, or gaining a
Mhm.
portion of your health back. And then there's like a question mark one that you can go to, and it's kind of like a random series of events that you can choose to happen. You can either like sometimes you'll get cursed and you'll get a bad relic or some bad cards.
Mhm.
Um, but it's really cool. It's I don't normally like roguelike games because they kind of get frustrating when you're so close to the end.
Yeah, that's like the one genre that I can't quite get into.
Yeah.
Like I've played Binding of Isaac. I've
Yeah,
played.
that's
I mean, that's a pretty good one. I've played
it's hard.
Dead Cells a little
Mhm.
bit. I've been meaning to pick that one back up and playing it again, but
Mhm.
there's another one I got played as well. I know it was on the PC. I don't know if it ever came to consoles or not.
Gotcha.
Rogue Legacy.
Rogue Legacy. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever played that.
So yeah, so that's a pretty cool one. So yeah, that's kind of like the one genre that
Yeah,
I just
it's
can't
hard to
quite
get
get into
into,
it.
but I think what's different about this one and why I'm liking it a little bit more than like I did Binding of Isaac. And I love Dead Cells, and I ended up getting to the final boss, but I never beat it, and I was like,
Yeah,
man, that took so long to get there. Getting
yeah,
back kind of sucks.
yeah. Once you get there, and then I mean, in hindsight, it's not a ton of time. Like it may be only I don't know 10. Like the first boss you get to is like you can get to in
10,
like
10
2 or
minutes.
3 minutes maybe, but then it just
Yeah,
feels like forever. So
but with this one, it's so strategic and there's no reaction times. Like you're not.
yeah.
It's not like Dead Cells or Binding of Isaac where you're bouncing around the screen trying to dodge enemy attacks. It's like you can have time to think,
Hmm.
which is that's probably why I like it a lot more. So
Yeah,
I've
that does sound pretty good.
yeah, and I've gotten to the final boss twice, and I've gotten pretty close, but like I've never been frustrated with it,
Yeah.
like I was with Dead Cells or Binding of Isaac even, because it's such like a relaxed game, and it's pretty easy to grasp from the beginning. And I mean like it's intricate, but it's not too intricate, and it's super friendly for I guess newcomers to the card genre
Yeah.
or the roguelike genre.
So how is the card like aspect? I mean, is it similar to other card style games?
It's I'm trying to think of what it's similar to, because you have cards that deal damage, you have cards that increase your block,
Mm-hmm.
which negate any damage that's dealt or negate whatever damage you're
Mm-hmm.
blocking for. Then there are skill cards that like either increase your strength or cards that weaken other opponents, or I mean they're yeah it's kind of like what you'd expect a battle type card game to be. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to either do damage or block for the incoming attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the cool thing is you can see exactly what the enemies are going to do before you like use your cards,
Yeah.
so you can kind of prepare for them that way, which is pretty cool. And then I guess the other big mechanic is you have three energies, like three energy that you can use on your cards, and
Mm-hmm.
cards like each use a different amount of energy. So like
Yeah.
if you're just doing a regular strike for 6 damage, it costs 1 energy. But if you're doing something like an uppercut that is 12 damage and inflicts like 2 weak on the
Mm-hmm.
opponent, that's going to cost 2 energy. And then when you get certain relics and when you like beat like big bosses, because there are 3 acts, and after each act you get like a your choice of a pretty good relic.
Yeah.
So some give you an extra enemy or extra energy each round at like a cost of like not being able to heal at one of the like the bonfires.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like I'm ranting on this a lot.
So with some like I know with Binding of Isaac, you don't keep anything. Do you level up in Binding of Isaac?
you you definitely unlock new characters.
Okay, because I mean I haven't played that much of Binding of Isaac. I just played a little bit, but like in Dead
Yeah.
Cells, like you're not really expected to make it like on your first try.
Mhm.
It's just impossible, really. But the whole time every run, and I think that's why I like Dead Cells is because every run matters because you're still able to level up
Yeah.
and you unlock abilities and stuff like that. So it's every run matters. With some um, roguelites, you're playing. I mean, every run matters, but you're playing to get better, and
Mhm.
obviously stuff changes and stuff. But like I don't in Dead Cells, I don't think do the levels change? I don't think the levels change in Dead Cells.
They
I don't think they do. Maybe
I
they do.
think
Maybe
I
they do.
think the inner workings of the levels are procedurally generated,
Yeah.
but the themes of the levels and how you get from one level to the next
It's
doesn't change.
right. Okay.
So like you're still gonna go like I guess from the first level, there's still gonna be an option of going here or here.
Yeah.
Like that's never gonna
Right.
change too
Right.
much.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm remembering. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, is it kind of like those like in some roguelikes where every run you're keeping something or leveling up or anything like that?
Every run you are leveling up, and based off of my understanding, when you level up, you get more cards into the pool of cards that you can unlock throughout
Okay.
your run.
That's cool.
It's like you're not exactly carrying anything over
You have the
per
ability.
se,
Right.
but you are getting better cards. Like you are
Okay, that's
getting
cool.
the ability to get better cards.
That makes sense in that kind of style of game.
Yeah, and like so I guess every run doesn't matter, but every run doesn't need to matter because theoretically, if you're good at card games, you could beat the game on your first try. Like there's no getting lost or dying because you're I don't know, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right, right.
It's just a matter of
Yeah, I mean, that
getting
can be
good cards and
a
using them
frustrating
right.
thing about some roguelites,
Yeah, like
especially like Binding of Isaac and Dead Cells. It's like if you do one wrong move, good night, love you. If you do one wrong move, or like you said, if you're just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time, you can get screwed.
yeah, if you choose one wrong room to go into in Binding of
Yeah,
Isaac, it's like that sucks. Well, I guess that does apply um to Slay the Spire because if you choose like there are like you can choose different paths to take.
yeah,
Um I guess if you choose one with a question mark, then it might end you up in a bad spot. You could end up losing health or end up being cursed or getting a I don't know, a bad card.
yeah. I mean, a lot of roguelites too. It's kind of like risk reward kind of gameplay. It's
Yeah.
like you can choose to veer off the path, and you know, but you might die. I mean, you might get significantly
Mhm.
hurt. It's gonna mess you up for the rest of the game. But if you do survive this and can manage to not get hit or what have you, you might get like a nice upgrade or something. So
Yeah, and that's exactly like what it is with Slay the
yeah,
Spire is like you can choose like a stronger enemy or you could choose a weaker enemy. Stronger enemy is going to give you like a pretty good relic or a good choice of cards,
yeah,
but it's obviously going to be harder.
right, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds. I don't
It's
know.
really fun.
I might have to try it.
I'm still trying to figure out like how I want to approach it because there are a bunch of different like I guess builds you can go for from the
Right,
beginning.
right.
But I'd say it was pretty good that I got to the final boss twice in
Yeah,
a week.
well, that's good.
Yeah, super fun. What about
What
you?
else
What
you
have you
got?
been playing?
It's all. It's all
That's it. That's it for me.
okay. So I last week right after the show,
Mhm.
I was kind of editing it and stuff, and I beat Ori.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right. What do you think?
Oh my god, dude! Like that may be like on my top 10 favorite games of all time. Like it is just
What? Really?
yeah, dude. Like the artwork is beautiful. Like the story is super simplistic, but it's
Yeah.
very kind of heartfelt. Um, but just the gameplay and the way like the map is designed and the way they unlock all the abilities, like it's just all so
Hmm.
smart. And it's in some games, like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like abilities are like they give them to you, but I'm not really sure what I'm
You
going
never
for.
really use
Yeah,
them. Like you use
yeah.
them
I
for like
mean,
one specific thing, and then
yeah,
that's
because
it.
like with these abilities, like I'm using them constantly, and then
Yeah.
so I ended up beating the game, and then I was like, okay, I think I'm done. And then the next day, I was like, I really want to play some more Ori, so I 100% did. I went through everything in the map and I collected everything, and
My
just like
God.
when you get all the like upgrade orbs, like the health and the agility orbs, like you get to the point where like you can still get like one shotted and
Mhm.
die, but I mean, you're just zipping across that map like it's nothing. And like I constantly got hit and it just didn't matter because
Yeah.
I was just so powerful. So I Ori has really like reinvigorated my love for like Metroidvania style
Hmm.
games. Um, and I can absolutely not wait for Will of the Wisp because
Wait, March 7th, right?
11th.
11th. Okay.
Yeah, I read IGN had posted like their final like
Yeah.
preview, and I've read about half of it, and they started mentioning like a sword or something, and I'm like, I don't want to know anything else. I just want to play the game
Right.
because Ori, it's
It's so good,
God, it's
man.
so good. Part of me wishes that I would have played it earlier, but at the same time, I feel like I picked it up right at the right points to where
Hmm.
the sequel's coming out in a couple weeks, and I'm absolutely ready for it.
Couldn't
I
be more
cannot
hyped.
wait. Yeah. Today I did pick up Hollow Knight again, and I ended up looking up a wiki because
Good.
I didn't know where to go, and like all I had to do was just go over a little bit further. There was like a kind of like a little entrance that I had to go to, but
Mm.
So I ended up finding like the new area. So I'm gonna continue with that and play it. But I did download. Well, I already had it downloaded, but I
Yeah.
started playing Hellblade,
Oh
and
man.
I beat it.
Oh, dude, what?
Dude, I went ham this week. I went absolutely ham.
Oh, so you must have
So,
liked it then.
have you played it?
Yeah. I
Okay.
played it earlier last year.
Okay. So yeah, it's I mean, I've heard tons of like pretty good things about it. It's kind of
Mhm.
like it was kind of always described as like a triple A kind of like indie game.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just from like the moment you start that game out, like the graphics are like pretty. I don't want to say hyper realistic, but they're pretty darn good.
They're amazing. Like
And then like
some of the best I've seen.
all the voices and stuff in your head is going on. Then obviously the main character has like I want to say mental illness, but I mean, yeah, I guess she does have like
Yeah,
kind of,
she's battling with
yeah.
inner demons, I'd say.
And then like the story around it, surrounds that. And, your dad said that, or your father said that, it's the darkness, and the
Mhm.
darkness is going to get you. And I don't want to spoil it because I mean, it's a pretty short game. And with Hellblade 2 coming out at the end of this year,
Yeah.
um, I feel like everybody should play it if you're interested. So I don't want to spoil what happens, but, um, so like the main point of the game is obviously she's battling with mental illness. So it's kind of hard to explain, but if there's a doorway, they'll have these little symbols on them, and
Mhm.
throughout like the environments that's close to the door, you have to find within the environment, you have to find that symbol. So early part in the game, there's like these crows, I think, that are hanging up, and they're like these blue crows, and you have to get to a certain point. Usually you have to get higher than them, and you kind of look down and you have to match them up to that symbol. And then there's the stuff where you have to, I don't know, look at like a broken board or something and match it up. That's kind of like the main puzzle of the game. And
Mhm.
then the combat is pretty simplistic. I mean,
Yeah.
you
It's
can
pretty
you can you can roll. You've got like a heavy attack, a light attack, and then you can block as well. So the combat isn't super hard.
Mhm.
It's pretty easy. I think after the first fight, it mentioned like the darkness can overwhelm you if you die too many times, and then it'll restart your game. I think
Yep.
is so I just dropped it down to easy because I didn't want to have to deal with that. So yeah, I just put it on easy pretty much, and just kind of went my way through the story.
I want to tell you something, but I'm not going to. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool how they do
Okay.
how they do that.
So yeah, I heard a lot of like a couple of like podcasters that I listened to had gotten frustrated with that mechanic, so I just turned it down. I really just wanted to, see the story. Towards the end of the game, though, I think it's paced very nicely. It's pretty short, like it's
Like a
5 hours,
six,
maybe
yeah,
six
5 or 6
hours.
hours.
By the end of the game, though, I was pretty done with the combat, though.
Yeah, it
Because
it it
at some
overstays its
point
welcome.
they really open like the boss fights. The couple boss fights you do are pretty cool,
Mhm.
but even then, like towards the end, they're throwing like 15 enemies at you at the same time, and you can't run like you can't really run in the game. I mean, you do have like an option to kind of jog, but you're not
Yeah.
sprinting. And in combat, you can't sprint. You can. It's really hard to maneuver around enemies too. I know when people are behind you and your camera isn't pointing at them, the voices in Senua's head will say behind you. So it's kind
Mhm.
of cool that they'll kind of incorporate into the fighting where they'll let you know when to dodge and stuff. But yeah, towards the end of the game, I was pretty done with the combat.
Yeah. Yeah, when I played it, I had a lot of trouble on some of the boss fights, especially the crow one. I don't know if that means anything to you.
The Crow.
I don't know if it's crow, but it's the guy that like shoots across the stage to you.
Oh yeah, the
And
guy. Oh, what is his name? It's like the Balravin
mhm.
Val, something like that.
Yeah, because I either
Balravin.
played
He's
on
like the illusionist guy.
because I either played on medium or hard
Yeah.
difficulty, I remember dying so much.
Yeah, I mean, I
Some
died
of
a
the
couple
bosses.
times, but it wasn't. It was just because I just kept getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really, really did enjoy that story, and like the ending is, I mean, she kind of accepts herself for who she is, and then it kind of mentions that there was going to be another game or more stories to tell, is what they
Right.
say. But yeah, I'm super excited for Hellblade 2. I
Did
really did enjoy that world, and I probably enjoyed it more because I didn't realize how much I enjoyed the Norse mythology before playing God of War. And then when
mhm.
I started playing this, like all these
It just
terms and stuff that they were talking about, like I picked them up very quickly because I had, just recently, well, not just recently played, but I played God of War.
yeah.
And that, anybody that doesn't know, God of War leaves leaves the Greek mythology kind of behind and goes on to Norse mythology with like
For the
Odin,
better. For the better, I'd say.
for the better. So you got like they talk about Odin and stuff. And also there is like these stones throughout the world as well that you can pick up, and it kind of
Mhm.
tells this overall story kind of behind the game as well. So I was trying to get all those that I could. I did
Yeah.
end up missing a few of them, but yeah, that story and world is very
It's
cool.
really
I
good.
do hope that they either open up the combat next go around. I don't know if I necessarily want to play it again if the combat's the same.
I think they will. I think they'll expand on it.
Yeah,
Well, they have to because that was. I feel like that was super bare bones. Like
it is. Yeah.
obviously that wasn't the focal point of the game.
No, no. I mean, um, but yeah, the combat was kind of lackluster and very
Right.
kind of. It just got more annoying towards the end. Like I remember, like in the last level where you have to make your way across a bridge, and they just start throwing enemies at you left and right. It's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Did Did you play the game with headphones?
No, I never did,
Dude,
and I
that's
should have because it kept saying, but I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, with Kellen everywhere, it's hard to
mhm,
always play. I don't like necessarily locking myself out all the
too
time.
much.
Yeah, I mean, usually I'll have the door. Excuse me, I'll have the door shut, but yeah, it's kind of like I still want to block myself off from the world just in case
I
something
gotcha.
happens or whatever. So
Yeah. With the headphones because they have like dynamic sound, so
yeah,
you can hear everything from all sides. It like it was extremely unsettling
yeah,
just playing it like the entire time. It's like you always like kind of have that feeling because you have all these whispers in your ear,
hmm
and then
yeah. The game is super eerie. There's
yeah,
never jump scares or anything, and I mean there's some like some illusion like when you're getting ready to fight the ball Robin, I think. His whole like kind of level, if you want to call that, is kind of like illusionist um, puzzles.
hmm
So you look through like these circular. Um, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, you probably remember what I'm talking about, but they're like
you have to look through in the
you have
right
to look
angle.
through it and it changes the environment. So if like there's a door that's locked, for example, if you look through this, it'll show it unlocked, and if you walk through, it
Yeah,
changes the world. So, but I mean, yeah, there's no jump scares or anything like that, which I do appreciate. It's just very eerie and just
yeah, very eerie.
I wouldn't say spooky, but you're kind of always on edge. Like you never, and I mean, and that's I feel like that's the way the developers are going with that.
That's how
Um,
they're kind of trying to portray like
yeah, they're
the
trying to
mental illness and
right, and they're trying to get you into Senua's like shoes,
yeah.
kind of experience what she's like going through.
And I read something online that said that the puzzles were really complicated,
Hmm.
like really like you had no idea what you were doing, and
Yeah,
that was made purposefully to depict like what schizophrenia is like. You're always looking for clues that aren't there,
exactly.
that kind of stuff. Like the puzzles are confusing, yeah, but that's kind of how it's supposed to be to
And I
depict what it's
never,
like.
I mean, I never really got stumped on a puzzle. I mean, it's just kind of just
Yeah,
because once you like I was talking about earlier about the whole door puzzle thing. Whenever you get close to what you're supposed to find, it'll show that symbol like hundreds and hundreds of times, like in the environment. So you'll
Right.
once you get like to that area, you'll know that okay, I need to start, slowing down and kind of start looking in
Hmm.
and try to find, a resemblance of the symbol that I'm looking for. And then once you do that, it's pretty easy. I mean, I thought the game was fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
other than other than the combat kind of dragging towards the end, but they ended it in a perfect spot. Like a lot of games just go on forever and ever. This one,
Right.
it's kind of like they perfectly knew, like, okay, this combat maybe isn't the greatest. This is it,
Oh, what about that level that was? And I'm trying to be as vague as possible, but the really, really dark level
Yes, that was
near
super
the end.
cool.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was freaky.
that was probably my favorite level. Because yeah, whenever you first, because it was funny because like the way I did it is, the door opens,
Hmm.
you see the light, and then you just start running, and then you make it to the light, and then you're good. I didn't realize that I had
Yeah.
to still go straight. I went left, and there was nothing, there was no light to be seen, so the monster ended up killing me. But yeah, that game,
Oh,
yeah, that level was very cool.
yeah, that's
Most
freaky.
areas in that game, there really wasn't a area that I didn't like. Oh no, there was. It's, I guess, light spoilers, but you have to, towards the like kind of
Is it the keep?
it's like the last third of the game. It's when you're doing like the 4 trials.
Four trials.
You're like on that little island or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. That
There's
was that was with the dark level.
yeah, that was it. But like when you have to go, oh wait, we want to be talking about like the different one.
The one I'm talking about didn't have any combat.
Okay, we're talking about 2 different ones. Okay, so yeah, the one you're
Oh,
talking about is like it's completely dark and you just have
yeah.
to, you just sound to kind of. I actually made that in one shot. Like the monsters never really tricked me up or anything that are kind of walking around. I could see that part maybe being a little frustrating but
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
just thought it
like,
was freaky.
yeah, they were definitely freaky. But the level I'm talking about is like, I think it's right after you get inside of Helheim, and if you get caught in the darkness, this monster comes for you. You remember that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Is that after the trial?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
like
cool. That
right
was hard.
after.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like right after the
And then
trial,
you fight it.
and then you fight it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that game was I think very well done.
Mhm.
The story was interesting, and like the lore, the world was pretty cool. So I'm definitely definitely excited for the sequel.
You're playing a lot of games that are
Yeah,
having some
that's coming
sequels
out.
coming out this year.
um, but yeah, I'm very excited for Hellblade 2. No,
Yeah, me
they did
too.
announce that as a launch game, right?
Well,
Yeah, I don't know if that was like.
I know they said it was coming to the Series X, but I didn't know if they said it was launching
I hope it does, because
with
yeah, that'd be a nice one to kind of
good
start off with.
good graphical showcase
Yes,
too.
yes, that game looked
That
very
game's
nice.
it's gonna look beautiful.
But yeah, so I played, yeah, started and finished Hellblade. I finished it over like
God.
3 days, maybe.
Hmm.
So a couple hours a night played it.
Yeah.
And then I downloaded Bloodstained
Oh, I'm excited to hear about this one.
because I have obviously with Ori,
Hmm.
Hollow Knight. I've really been into the Metroidvania style games, and I've heard nothing but good things about Bloodstained. So, it's on Game Pass. So I downloaded it, tried it out.
Are all
It's
these on Game Pass? Ori, Hellblade, and Bloodstained?
They are. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot. It's a kind of like the spiritual successor to Metroid, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
The lead designer, I can't remember his first name, but I think Igarashi maybe is his name.
That sounds familiar. I
So
think that's it.
he started a Kickstarter and made this game. It's pretty nice. It's just like any other Metroidvania game. You're going through a map. There's There's like save points and stuff. There's so the fighting is pretty simplistic, I guess. I mean, you have like your main weapon, and there's a ton of them. Anywhere between like guns, whips, knives, swords, maces, axes. There's so much stuff that you can pick up throughout the world. And then there's then you have like a kind of like a shooting mechanic where you can kind of aim it, and that's like your fireball or something like that. And then there's another ability that you can use, and it could be a lot of different things. It's like one, and you kind of pick it up through the world as you're fighting these monsters. One is like summoning a wolf to attack people. After I beat the first boss that you fight, you get her ability, because she's like a giant like squid monster or something. Like you're on a boat and you're making your way towards like the castle or whatever, or like the town where the castle is. And there's like a giant squid monster, and after you defeat her, you get her shard, and the shards are these abilities. And hers was like a giant tentacle comes out of the screen and starts like hitting enemies, and it's like super powerful. Kind of, it takes a lot of mana to use. Otherwise, I think it would be kind of OP for getting it that early. But it's pretty nice. But as far as like combat goes, you just you attack. You have your different magic choices that I just talked about, and then you have like a back step. So if you're in whatever direction you're facing, you hit the back step button. You'll obviously back step. So that
can you block?
You can't block as of right now. I don't know if that's an option later, but it's pretty simple, and it's super slow. Like playing Ori and Hollow Knight, you zip across those maps super quick. So this one, it's a lot slower. Which
you like that, or
it's gotten. I gotta probably get used to it a little bit. I've played for about an hour or so now. So yeah, it's quite different than Ori and Hollow Knight, but I do like it. It's got like crafting in it. You can craft weapons, you can craft gear, you can make meals and stuff to get like buffs. But it's pretty hard too, just because there's so many different enemies, and with it being kind of slower combat, it's slower getting across like the maps and stuff. It can be a little challenging, but I mean the enemy variety is nice, so it's pretty cool. I'm definitely enjoying it. It's
nice.
It's pretty hard. I mean there's certain different save rooms that you can go to. I think I've locked like 2 or 3 maybe now. But yeah, once you save, you go on. If you die, you go back to the same point. You lose all your progress. But
so there's not like checkpoints or anything. It's just
no, not that I've seen yet.
Okay.
And then of course you can kind of go back the map and create shortcuts to yourself and stuff like that too.
Cool.
So it's pretty nice. I would definitely if you like Metroidvania games like that, it's literally it's the spiritual successor to one. So it's pretty spot on.
I've been looking at it because I want to get it, but I want to get it on Switch just so I have it portably.
Look into that, because I heard that the Switch version was like horribly I think like the frame rate, they had like major frame rate issues.
Didn't they? I think they patched it though.
I think they did. I would probably look into it first just to make sure that it's good to go. But it is on sale right now for like $20
on eShop.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to play it there, yeah, I would definitely recommend. And it's funny that you said all those games are on Game Pass, because Hollow Knight's on there too.
My God.
But I played it on I have it on the Switch, so.
Oh, that's right.
Because part of me wanted to play Ori on the Switch just so I could play in handheld, but I don't know. Either way, it was.
Ori is short enough where you can.
Yeah, I 100%ed it in like right around 10 hours.
Okay, so that's. I'd say that's worth not paying $15-$20 for it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to Ori for a second, just because. It's, so like as you're going along the tree and stuff, you can start unlocking. Because if you look at the map now without any upgrades, you just look at the map. But as you're going up like the combat side and like kind of the
Skill
the
side.
health skills, stuff like that, you'll unlock it to the point where it'll show you the orbs on the map. So you'll see like
That's
the
cool.
agility orbs, you'll see the health orbs, and then you get to it. Then you unlock a skill where you can see through walls. So there's any sort of hidden wall, it'll kind of be transparent. So when you're near something, you'll be able to like, oh, if I jump up a little bit higher, I can get up in there. So yeah, oh my god, that game is just so smart. And
Wait, what?
I'm talking about it.
Wait, what did you think about the final escape sequence? Do you like it?
What was it? It was Mount Haru or something. The fire sequence. Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. That level wasn't as hard. I think because you have to use the air dash. I don't think that's what it's called, but it's where you get next to an enemy or like an enemy's projectile, you can stop time and kind of use the momentum of the enemy or the projectile and kind of shoot in the direction that you want to go. So you have to kind of like make your way up towards the top of the level, and then as you're unlocking different things, you make your way back down. But
yeah,
that level is like all the levels in that game were just super
it's so well
creative
done
and different too. So
yeah, they'd never say they're welcome at all.
no, I wish there was more. I wish they would have had like some sort of DLC or something for it, because I just want to play it more. But luckily, I won't have to wait too much longer.
Yeah, only a week.
But yeah, that's everything I've been playing. So
man, busy week for you.
So yeah, just trying. I mean, I'm living up to my my resolution. You know? Just trying to play more games.
Yeah, you're playing a lot of good games that came out last year, 2 years ago that you could have missed otherwise.
Yep. So thanks to Game Pass, I can play.
And play them for free.
So you go ahead and jump into the news.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna get this pulled up here.
Yeah.
So the first news story. Xbox has been really been open about, or Microsoft has really been open about like the specs and stuff for the Series X.
Yeah, they've kind of been going all out,
while Sony has been absolutely quiet. So it's kind of interesting for their approach for these consoles and stuff. So, but yeah, they announced a
bunch of specs.
Ray tracing, backwards compatibility, up to like 120 frames per second. They have something called, which is really, really cool, and it kind of ties into like a little bit of another news story, but they have something called smart delivery. So meaning that, this is just if developers choose to do so. So if you buy a game, let's say, okay, for Cyberpunk, for example, you buy the game, you don't want to wait. You know it's probably going to come out for the Series X and the PS5 or whatever, but you're like, I want to play this now. Well, guess what? Whenever they release the version for Series X, you'll be able to use the version you have now on the Series X. So you don't have to buy
for free
twice for free. That's like kind of the big thing of last year, or for last generation, is games that were within like the year of like the console, they got like their definitive edition or whatever that would come out for the next gen. So
Last of Us, Tomb Raider. I mean,
and if people wanted to, they could buy them twice, and there was no really option to upgrade or anything like that. Like I think maybe one of the Assassin's Creeds did that, where you could pay $10 or something to upgrade to the new one.
I think that was for the Xbox One X, or something like that.
So with smart delivery, Microsoft is not forcing developers to do so. If they still want to sell their game, twice essentially, they can still do that. But this, this is kind of the way forward for this kind of stuff, which is totally smart. I mean, it's kind of crappy if you have to buy the game twice, in my opinion, to play it on like the next gen hardware.
It's kind of unfair, especially when you're releasing it this close to the launch of the next consoles. So it was nice. It's nice that announcement was kind of paired with Cyberpunk. Adopting that
as soon
feature.
As they announced that, they said, "Hey, Xbox, our customers shouldn't have to pay a game twice to play it," or something like that. So that's really cool. I hope a lot of developers get behind this.
And I think they will. I mean, I don't know, maybe not like the EAs or the Ubisofts, but
yeah.
I think a lot of
Noodles, appreciate the sub, my dude.
noise noodles.
Oh, he said he got the flu, man. Yeah, I had the flu a couple weeks ago. It's not fun at all.
Oh no. Hope you're doing all right,
Yeah,
Noodles.
hope you're doing well, man. Hope you can at least get a little bit of gaming in while you're stuck at home. But
Even that's hard when you have the
yeah,
flu.
yeah, even yeah,
It's hard to enjoy it, at least.
that's how I was. I mean, I was pretty much bedridden for like 2 or 3 days straight, and then I was
Yeah.
finally able to kind of get up and do some stuff. And even then, I just felt like crap. But
Ugh, man,
yeah, the flu
that
is
sucks.
rough. I definitely think going forward, probably gonna get the flu shot.
Yeah, you should.
Um, but yeah, what were we talking about? The smart delivery. Um,
Yeah.
Then they also announced something called like quick resume, which is kind of already implemented on like for Xbox Now and or Xbox One and PS4, but it's
There's
always
always one
kind of
game.
like hit or miss. Like, and a lot of times,
Mhm.
if I resume a game, it gets really laggy when you first start it,
Or it would crash on
or it would
startup.
crash immediately and stuff like that. So this
Yeah.
sounds a lot more promising, and it can do
And,
multiple games at once,
which is
which is
awesome.
crazy. I mean, that's so awesome. I mean, you look at something like the Switch. The Switch does it so you can only do one game, but it's like it's flawless. I mean,
Seamless. Yeah.
they've always been really nice, like especially like the DS and 3DS, where you could just close them and then pick them right back up where you left off.
Hmm.
So it was so yeah, something like that is a very cool feature, and that's kind of the stuff that I'm looking forward to with these consoles. Is obviously the graphical powers are going to be better and frame rates and stuff, but like stuff like this is kind of the stuff that makes me excited
Like
for
the quality of life.
quality of life
That,
improvements
like,
for
because
sure.
especially the Xbox UI has kind of been garbage since.
Have you seen it recently? They did do an upgrade to it or update it.
Yeah, it looks better,
It's
but
yeah, I think it's better, but yeah, it's ever since like the 360 dashboard, um,
mhm,
it's hasn't been that great. I don't think.
hasn't been the same.
Yeah, so I don't know. Let's see. Is there any kind of other thing? I mean, obviously there are 12 teraflops.
Yeah, I can't even speak on that because I don't know how
Yeah, I'm
good
not
that is.
100% sure what that is, other than
It's a big number.
yeah,
That is a lot
uh,
of flops.
it's like the GPU power. So
So I think it's twice as many teraflops as the One X.
weird word, teraflop.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's twice as powerful as the One X. So that's
So take that as you will. I mean, it's probably not equally like right at 2 times the power, but
yep. So they
whatever.
also with backwards compatibility, everything that's been compatible from the original Xbox on will work with the Series X, and
Mhm.
they will be improved better as well with no developer work required. So meaning just everything
That's
is just going to
awesome.
run better. It doesn't say how much better, but everything should
Mhm.
run better than what they normally do. So
It
that's
probably won't be like a 30 FPS to 60 jump
no,
from
no,
the
no,
game.
no.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's because that would require like developer work or something. But yeah, without any developer work, stuff is just going to run better.
a little bit smoother. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit smoother. So yeah,
Good.
Microsoft just keeps continuing on. Just kind of let people know what their console is going to do.
Yeah, being
So I mean,
transparent, which is good.
yeah, which is nice. So I mean, who knows when Sony's going to start doing their stuff? I mean, I have no idea at this point. I mean,
They've been so tight-lipped about it.
yeah. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
Nick, you want to go with the next story?
Yeah. So Yacht Club Games kind of had a kind of a direct, and
Yeah.
it looked like a direct too, like thematically, like it was orange and white.
See, I
Like
didn't actually watch the full video.
I checked it out. I checked out most of it,
Okay.
and there weren't a ton of announcements. They kind of when like talked about the history of Yacht Club and history of Shovel Knight. Came out in 2013, kickstarted,
Yep.
did well. I think we all know the story of Shovel Knight. But they announced Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon,
Mm-hmm.
which is like a Shovel Knight puzzle game, and it looks cool enough. I don't know if I'll get it, but
Yeah. I'm not super excited about it, but I mean, who
mhm,
knows? I mean,
yeah,
it could be pretty cool.
But they have another game coming out called Cyber Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's coming out fall of this year, and that's just like a completely new game that they're doing. And I think it's like it looks like a Metroidvania style
Yeah.
ninja type game. I don't know if it's Metroidvania. It could be similar to Shovel Knight,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. I mean, I really do enjoy pretty much everything Yacht Club's done to Shovel Knight, and
Yeah,
so I'm excited for them to do something different than Shovel Knight, because I'm sure they're probably ready to not necessarily leave it behind, but I mean, because they're
take a
not.
break
You've
from it.
got Shovel Knight Dig coming out, and the Pocket
Yeah,
Dungeon. But
Dig's coming
yeah,
out
it's nice to
2021.
have them do something a little bit different, and kind of seeing some of the ideas that they've been kind of bottling up for past 6 years now, 7 years.
Jeez, yeah, they've kind of been binded to this Kickstarter
Yeah,
agreement.
which I mean they've done a great job. I mean I still need to play the rest of King Cards, but yeah, it's I mean I've loved everything about Shovel Knight. So
Yeah,
hopefully if they can recreate that magic again with a new game and a new IP, I mean that could be cool.
yeah. I'm glad they're not just doing a Shovel Knight 2 and going for a different
Yeah, definitely.
style of game.
Yep. So Platinum announced their new project.
Yeah, so it looks interesting. So it's called Project GG,
Right.
a go go. Like is like the subtitle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the end
Which
of
is
the
a working
trilogy.
title.
Yeah, working title, and it's the end of the Action Hero trilogy, which started off with
Beautiful
Beautiful
Joe.
Joe,
Yep.
then Wonderful 101, and now Project GG.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know these were interrelated in any way
Yeah, right. I didn't have no
until
idea.
yeah, until I saw this. So I never played Beautiful Joe, and I only played under an hour's worth of Wonderful 101.
Yeah.
But it seems like this game is gonna be like like a superhero, super giant fighting game. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
it's
the trailer looked interesting. I mean, um, I've never played either of those games either, so I mean, I will be checking out probably the Wonderful 101.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, Platinum's made some pretty awesome games. So I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like with them starting to do like self-publishing, they're I mean they've definitely got some interesting ideas. So I'm excited for whatever they're doing, because they've made some pretty great games in the past.
And this was their third announcement out of the four that they have. I can't.
So okay, so they've had the Wonderful 101, Project GG. What was the first announcement?
So Wonderful 101 was the first.
Okay,
Then second one is Project GG a Go Go. Then the
okay,
third one is um, Platinum Games is opening up Platinum Games Tokyo.
okay.
They have like a Tokyo division, and then the fourth one is still coming soon. But I'm assuming slash hoping it's going to be Bayonetta 3 information, just any
Right. Yeah,
sort
that'd
of.
be cool.
So I don't know.
Cool. Well, yeah, the trailer is interesting. So definitely looking forward to seeing what more details on it.
Yeah, we'll probably see more D3.
Yeah. So Capcom kind of teased that a Resident Evil 3 demo is on the way.
Oh yes,
So I mean, wait, when does this game come out? In April, like beginning of April, I think,
early April.
like 11th, maybe something like that. So yeah, probably a lot like Resident Evil 2 demo, very short,
Hmm.
maybe like under an hour or something, just kind of give people an idea what to
That's all you
expect.
need.
Oh yeah, that's definitely all you need. I've really enjoyed their demos here recently. Like the Resident Evil 7 demo was probably one of the best demos I've ever played.
It's phenomenal.
It was so
So
cool.
good.
It was such an interesting way to kind of get that game talking. Get
Hmm.
the community talking. Um, and then the Resident Evil 2 demo was under an hour or whatever. It was pretty cool. Or the one shot demo is what it was
Yeah.
called. And then they went back and added some Resident Evil. They added an achievement to the game where you can find, I think, Jill's note or something in Resident Evil 2. And then also you can hear Nemesis's voice outside of one of the gates or whatever.
Oh, cool.
They've done some pretty neat stuff like with marketing as far as 3 goes. So so yeah, definitely look forward to play that demo. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a day one
Yeah,
for me.
I don't need to play the demo because I'm already gonna get a day one.
Yeah,
Just super
I
stoked.
just want to play it.
Yeah, I just want to play it. But yeah, I'll definitely try the demo out and see what's going on with it.
Mhm. And then
Hopefully they have, because in Resident Evil 2, I can't remember because I almost went back and played it this week, but then I started
Mhm.
playing like Hellblade and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no role mechanic in the game, right?
No.
I kind of
No.
I kind of wish they do add that. I don't know if they will with 3, but that'd be
Just to
kind of
make dodging a little bit
yeah,
easier.
yeah. Because sometimes you can get kind of caught up when the zombies and stuff. But yeah. You want to talk about the last story that we got?
Yeah, so this is an unfortunate one, but GDC, which is like the Game Developers Conference, was
Mm-hmm.
canceled due to coronavirus outbreak that's kind of spreading all over. It's getting, I guess I wouldn't say a lot worse in Japan, but it's getting worse in Japan.
Yeah.
So it definitely sparked some interesting conversation around upcoming events like E3 and
Yeah,
like
definitely.
even non-gaming related events like the Olympics coming up in Japan. Like,
Yeah, they said they were going to give it a couple months and kind of see
yeah, I think
what
they said they had.
this thing's kind of. So it's kind of it's an interesting thing to talk about because I mean if you look at this statistically, I mean the flu kills more people every year than the coronavirus does. I
Right.
think 2% of people that have gotten, and I don't know how many people have been diagnosed, but 2% of the people
Mhm.
have died. And it mainly targets like older people
Elderly,
and
yeah.
people with weaker immune systems. So I just think like the paranoia and just overall uneducated worry about it is kind of causing like
Kind of
hysteria.
hysteria, yeah.
So I mean, it's not like if you get this thing, you're gonna die or gonna die. I mean,
I think
it's
it's like 0.2 mortality rate with healthy adults.
yeah. I mean, it's just like I mean, it's pretty much kind of like the flu. I mean, it's nothing. I just think because it's spreading like crazy.
Mhm.
That's like kind of like the bigger concern, but also the flu does too. But this is a new disease or a new
And there's no cure. We don't know where it came from.
yeah, and it's viral. It's just like the flu. There's not necessarily. I mean, there's the shot that you can get, but that doesn't even guarantee
Yeah.
you getting not having the flu. Um, so I mean, it's just it's just one of those things, and I definitely understand like the concern and wanting to do everything in your power to not have so many people drawn to a certain event or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's just kind of been interesting to follow this case.
Yeah, and I'd say the frightening aspect of it is like with China and now Japan, like they their cities completely shut down.
Yeah.
And I mean, kids aren't going to school from now until beginning of April.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if it comes to the US in the capacity that it did with
Hmm.
Japan and China, will we have those same shutdowns and how will that affect like people's livelihood basically?
Yeah, that's probably the more concerning thing is, if places start to shut down,
Yeah.
you know, what happens,
Mm.
But I don't know if it's going to get to that point, just because it's just not. I mean, it's not like a killer disease or anything like that.
No.
It's I don't know. It's interesting. It's very
It's definitely
interesting.
being sensationalized a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. The mass hysteria is definitely playing into that. Getting
Mhm.
people frightened by it, um, but yeah, going back to GDC, it sucks because I know a lot of people go to GDC for job interviews and hoping to get their name out into the game industry and
Pitching
get
games
hired and
with
all that stuff. A lot of deals are made at GDC, so I mean that's kind of a big deal for the video game industry. And like you're saying,
yeah.
I mean, what's going to happen with E3? I mean, are people are going to start pulling because people haven't pulled out of E3 yet. just because
Yeah.
that's a little bit further down the road. But I mean, cool thing with E3, I mean, we know when it's going to happen now. Obviously, for what is the company behind E3?
Oh, I don't even know.
They talk about it all the time on Bombcast because they're always just dogging on it. But oh man, I can't remember. But Sony's going to do some sort of like direct. Nintendo's obviously going to do some sort of direct. Companies can do these style things now where if they kind of announce it during that E3 time span, as consumers, we're still going to get the information. It's just,
It's
a
like
lot
for
of
the
money is going to be
40,000 people or whatnot that
exactly,
would
yeah.
go.
So they're going to lose money, but I think the information and stuff like that will still get out there. So it's still going to be a fun week, regardless. It just they may not have it. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine it'll die down once the weather starts to warm up.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we'll see.
I mean, yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, Noodles. Yeah, I don't want to seem like I was downplaying the coronavirus or anything like that, but I mean, I just think it's like going back to the mass hysteria. I think it's just kind of taken out of proportion, and people aren't necessarily doing like their research on it and knowing exactly what it is. They're just like, oh, it started in China or something, and it's killing people. I mean,
Which
so
it is. I mean,
which it is definitely. But yeah, but going back to like the flu in the U.S., I mean, it kills more people than. So it's just interesting to like see the
I think
progression of this thing.
it's new and we don't know where it's from and we don't know how to cure it, and that's, I guess, the scary part of it all.
Conspiracy theories. I've heard population control, stuff like that.
I don't think that's has any.
I don't necessarily think. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I mean, people go down rabbit holes on this stuff.
If you're looking for something, you can always find it. Like if you're
You can
looking
always
for,
correlate stuff with
yeah,
anything.
but
So
correlation doesn't equal causation.
yeah, I mean the whole, even going back to like the 9/11 conspiracy theories.
God, that was
It's
crazy.
I can't do it. I won't like burn myself going in some sort of rabbit hole like that.
Mhm.
I just think it's, I don't know, a dormant virus, or I don't know. I mean, who knows where it started or why it started? Who knows? I mean,
Probably came from some sort of animal, and
yeah, because they were saying that like dogs and stuff can get it, dogs and cats can get it as well.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it just, who knows? It came
mean,
from some sort of animal that had it and someone ate it, or I don't know. I have no idea.
It could have been a freak thing,
Yeah. So
but
yeah, it sucks. It's going to be an interesting year, going forward and seeing what else gets canceled. Like you were saying, if this thing comes, I mean, there's already been cases in the U.S.
mhm.
So
There's actually just been a case announced in New York,
yeah.
so that could
So
be
I mean,
tough.
they haven't shut down like airplane flights from other countries yet.
No.
So I mean, when it gets to that, maybe, I mean, it's definitely a scary thing. So,
Mhm.
but it'll be interesting in the coming months to kind of see what happens, and
Yeah.
how it affects our everyday lives. And
I think this month will be really
schools.
telling on the.
I think so too. Yeah, just this whole month, and I think when schools start to get shut down, that's probably when it starts getting a little scarier. Just,
Yeah,
but
and my
grocery store shutting down, and any place
that's
that kind
when.
of any place that kind of draws in a ton of people.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is kind of like The Division. The world's
Yeah.
gonna turn into like a nice loot gaming.
Oh
But
man, the Division 2 took place in DC too, so that's not
yeah, it was
not
New
looking
York
good for me.
and DC. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, it'll be an interesting coming months.
Mhm.
Do you want to take a break before we get into the our musical guessing game, or do you want to just kind of go right into it?
Let's get right into it.
Cool. So Noodles, just to kind of give you a heads up, and for everybody that's listening and watching, last week, my brother and I were texting back and forth trying to figure out what to do as far as the topic of the week, and it's been it's kind of hard to think of certain stuff. I mean, you can only have so many favorite games, favorite scary games.
Yeah.
That's really why we're trying to get people to kind of email in. That way they can kind of give us like, a kind of topic we can, talk about and stuff like that. But Nick decided that we should do like a musical guessing game where we pick a music that we both have played or something like that, and then kind of, see if the other can guess it and see how well they know their games.
Well, they know their stuff.
So it was a lot of fun last week. I don't if you listen to the podcast, it turned out really well, and it was super fun to kind of like hear these songs, and then if you don't guess it right, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel like it either instantly comes to you or you're not gonna guess it.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Who went first last week?
I
think I went first.
think you first.
Right.
I'll go first this week.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So I feel like this first one, I'm gonna give you an easy one. I'm gonna let you get into it here.
Okay.
Let me get everything kind of pulled over here real quick. Can you hear it okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is Stardew Valley? Oh, wait, this is Ocarina of Time.
No.
No? Majora's Mask.
Yes. I thought you were going to get it instantly.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was Stardew Valley at first.
I mean, kind of, it's got like a little bit of a Stardew Valley vibe.
Yeah. Should we put a guess limit on each other?
Yeah, let's do we'll do.
You want to do 3?
Yeah, we'll do 3 guesses. We'll do like 2 guesses, and then you get a hint.
Okay, 2 guesses and a hint.
Yeah, and then we'll do the 3rd guess.
All right. You ready for mine?
Yeah, let's do it. Is that Resident Evil 2?
No.
Is it Resident Evil?
Yes.
It's probably Revelations.
No. All right, you want a hint?
Yeah.
It's a pivotal game in the franchise.
4. What is that? The main theme of it?
No, it's a save theme.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's all coming back to you now, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. Resident Evil 4, man, so good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what's you got?
All right, so this one, if you don't get it, I'm not gonna like.
You're not gonna be surprised.
Yeah, because it's kind of a weird one, but you may get it.
Yeah, let's see. It's pretty chanty. It's reminding me of like a Souls type game. Is it Bloodborne?
No.
Dark Souls 3?
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
Man.
So I was gonna do God of War as well, but when I started doing the main theme, it's kind of like this where it's very chanty. So I was like, I don't want to do like 2 chanty games. But
I gotcha. Yeah, last week I was gonna choose Bloodborne, but it just didn't give much indication of what it was. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Dark Souls, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. Those games where you kind of got like the orchestral background, but then like kind of like that monks.
Not much to go off of.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get it.
Yeah.
But
all right, you ready?
Yep.
This one might take you a minute. It's gotta get into it a little bit.
Hmm.
Any ideas?
Yeah.
Here, let me play you one more theme from the game. Oh, this one might throw you off. Never mind.
Can I take my hint up front? No, I guess I can't do it that way. My gosh, this one's hard. Play the original one you played, the first one you played.
The song is called First Steps.
It's not Ori, is it?
No, it's not Ori. It's. I'm not gonna give you a hint yet. Not doing it.
I mean, it's very like chip tuney, but it's. I mean, it's hard because like something like a lot of games come out now with that kind of style.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a Zelda game.
No. Got anything?
I have no idea.
No idea? You want me to tell you?
Yeah, no, go ahead and tell me. Give me a hint, and then I'll do one more guess.
Okay. It is. It's a game about a girl that's out to complete an objective.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I almost just bought this game again for the Switch. Oh gosh.
I thought you already had it on Switch.
No, I played it on the PS4. Child of Light.
No.
No? Ah, dang it.
No, way off. You want to know what it is?
What is it?
Celeste.
Celeste. Oh my gosh.
I thought like the do. I thought that would give it away because it had such a kind of iconic sound for it. But
right. Man, Celeste, such a good game.
Yeah.
A Child of Light though. Have you ever played that?
I played a little bit of it on Wii U, so
it's on Game Pass.
It's also $5 on the Switch right now.
I know. I almost bought it again because it's so good. All right, let's do it. All right, I think you might get this one. You might get this one.
You think so?
I think you might get it. It might take a sec. It takes a second for it to kind of get into itself, but
okay.
Let's see. You hear it? Okay.
Yeah. Now I can. Sounds like a sad one.
That's a little sad. Well.
Is it? Is it The Evil Within?
No.
I like that piano though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it gets pretty nice.
Boy, I feel like I've heard this recently. Is it Halo?
No.
All right, give me a little hint.
All right, it's. Well, I'm trying to think. So, it's the game series that is.
Series.
It's a game series that's on its second trilogy.
Second trilogy.
Yeah.
Halo is on a second trilogy.
Yeah.
Did I guess Halo?
You did. It's not Halo.
What 5 game is out? Gears of War 5 is out. Is it Gears of War 5?
It's Kate's theme.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, okay, I wanted to guess Gears, but I was like, he wouldn't play Gears. He wouldn't do a Gears one after I did Gears 1 last week, but man.
Like I was trying to think of a game that you had played, and then I was like, man, Gears 5 soundtrack was pretty good, and then like the first one that popped up was Kate's theme, and I was like, oh wow, and then especially after the piano starts playing, and it kind of takes like a, I mean it's already kind of like a sad theme, but then it kind of takes like a dark tone to it. So
wow, I'm a
Noodles has said Undertale for like the last 5 guesses. I've never actually played Undertale.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah. I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have, but
all right, so we'll do it this way. So we'll do it 2 guesses and a hint and then a guess, or we can do.
Let's go. We can do one guess.
One guess.
Hint, then hint.
Guess and then a hint and then another guess.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. That's cool.
All right, I'm pulling mine up right now.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Do it.
So you're a little perplexed.
I can't. It's kind of hard to hear it.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Mario?
Which
Odyssey.
Mario? No.
The Odyssey?
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It was on the Wii.
I mean, it's got to be Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I really want them to remake those two because I've
too, man.
A little bit of Galaxy, but not a ton.
I think I beat Galaxy, but I never played Galaxy 2.
Yeah, it was kind of
that one's good.
Like it was like pretty quickly after I think got the first Galaxy that came out.
Yeah, they turned it around pretty quick.
Yeah, that was pretty good one. Like I don't know why, but like most of my guesses, I want to say Zelda.
Because it has so many dynamic themes.
Well, like it wasn't the Hyrule theme, but it kind of had like that.
It had like the orchestral,
like kind of
like you just got out into the open world and you're now riding Epona through Hyrule Field.
Yeah, it kind of had like that vibe to it, but all right, let's let me get mine pulled up here. Okay. All right, this one, give it a second, and then
I'm nervous now.
Yeah, this one.
Wait, did Noodles guess the last one, or did he say Undertale again?
No, he hadn't said anything for the last one. All right, it takes about 30 seconds for it to start tearing it up, but let's see.
Oh god, I feel like this is gonna be a dumb one.
All right, can you hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Do you know it?
Is this Call of Duty?
Huh?
Is it Call of Duty?
No. Wait, just wait.
Oh, is it? It's Doom, isn't it?
Yep.
Rip and tear, baby.
It did kind of sound like Call of Duty though at the beginning.
Yeah, it sounded like Modern Warfare 2 a little bit. All right, well, I got a pretty good one for you.
All right, cool.
If you don't get it,
Dude, Doom, I love that soundtrack so much.
the Doom.
Cannot
Oh
wait
yeah,
for Doom Eternal.
it's crazy good. All right, if you don't get
No.
this, I
You said if I don't get it?
yeah.
Oh god. Sports, baby.
Yeah, baby.
So fun.
Yeah, one of the best games of all time.
Yeah. Such a good game.
Oh,
Wii Sports, man. That
I had to throw that one in there.
all right.
Yeah, you got one more, right?
Yep, I got one more.
Okay.
This one I don't I don't know if you're gonna get, but
Okay.
it's gonna be interesting to see if you do.
Oh, nice bass line. It's something I've played, right? Like
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Is it Zelda? Is it? That wasn't a real guess. I don't know. Is it Stardew Valley?
You said what?
Stardew Valley.
No, not Stardew Valley.
All right,
So I can't remember the story too well, so I can't really give you hints on the story. But within the last, within I think about 2 years ago, it was remastered for the Switch.
Remastered for the
One of
Switch.
the earlier games that came out for the Switch. And I bought it.
And you bought it. It was remastered for the Switch. Was it like an Xbox title as well, or just?
No, I believe it was originally. Let me see. I think it was originally released for the PC.
Originally released for the PC.
Yeah, and they got remastered for the Switch.
Remastered for the Switch, and you bought it. That's like 3 hints. And I still can't guess it.
It's, I don't know. It's probably Noodle said Undertale again.
Noodles, I swear to God.
It's kind of maybe, I can't remember if it was like Metroidvania-esque, but there's definitely like paths. So I'll keep it.
Yeah, do a little bit more. Is it Shantae?
No, I never played Shantae.
Oh, dang it.
So let me tell you what it is.
Yeah.
It's Cave Story.
Cave Story. I played that whole game without the volume on, so.
Did you really?
I really think I did.
Oh my god. Yeah, it had some pretty nice music.
Oh man, that was a good game.
Yeah, that was an awesome game. Excellent game.
Yeah. All right, I got one more.
Sweet.
This one you'll have to reach deep into your cerebellum to find, but
okay.
I think you'll get it.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go. Turn it up a little bit.
As far as you can go. Cool soundtrack though.
Yeah. Gosh.
Any ideas?
No, not really.
Give me your.
I mean, it's
Good.
got a nice. I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue.
Do you want to forfeit a guess and have me give you a hint?
Yeah, let's do that.
It was one of the original Xbox arcade games that came out. Like, you know, like the...
Explosion Man.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew it sounded so familiar.
Yeah.
That's
a good soundtrack.
Like that
Kind of like a whimsical
bass line to it, and and I was definitely getting like a lab vibe to it. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, cool. That was such a good game.
Yeah.
Cool. That was fun, man. That was
I love that.
Pretty nice games.
Wait, I missed 2, right?
You missed Gears. No, you guessed Gears.
Yeah.
You missed Cave Story.
Missed Cave Story.
Is it just the one?
You just missed Celeste because you got Resident Evil, Super Mario Galaxy, Wii Sports, and Explosion Man.
Yeah. I think because you got Doom, you got Gears.
I didn't get Cave Story.
You didn't get Cave Story.
What were the other 2? Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3 you got. And Majora's Mask you got.
Yeah.
So
wow, we tied.
We both missed one. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do like that.
Yeah, well, we're gonna keep doing that for sure.
Yeah, definitely have to.
Noodles, maybe you can guess one instead of you can guess an Undertale every time. I don't know.
I mean, eventually he'll be right. If we ever
I'm never gonna pick Undertale.
Never doing it. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, that's probably gonna wrap up the show for this week. We had some pretty nice new stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't in a direct, unfortunately. I knew it was supposed to be coming.
Told you.
So yeah. So who knows when we'll see some sort of direct or anything, and whatever Sony's got it up their sleeve for PlayStation 5. But hopefully the news keeps rolling in, get some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll have a show again next week, same time as always. You can email into the podcast at gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com. That is gamingwiththebros at yahoo.com. Nick always makes you do it twice. Send in questions, topics, anything. It doesn't have to even be game related. We'll
send us theme songs
or something. I mean, or if you have like a cool soundtrack that you guys want to throw into the mix for guess that song, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just email in. Also give us a review over on Apple Podcasts or
Spotify,
any sort of podcast.
I don't know if you can review on Spotify, but
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I would imagine that you could.
You can definitely listen on Spotify. Yeah.
So yeah, give us a nice review. That definitely helps us out. Gets us heard. So it gets us pushed up on the charts. So that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we appreciate everyone listening, everyone watching, and we will see you guys next week.
Later, guys.